Path of Exile 2 has crossed the 40-day threshold since the launch of early access, and wow, what a journey it's been. The game has delivered challenging combat, a fresh take on ARPG mechanics, and a steady stream of updates from Grinding Gear Games, and a million opinions on what needs to be done to either improve the game or make it more fun. Today, we're going to take a closer look at the past 40 plus days and the major happenings so far, from patches, hotfixes, to the highly anticipated patch coming hopefully within the next 24 or 48 hours. The best part, despite all this, the challenges of early access, the game continues to deliver and maintain a strong player base. This video, we're going to discuss that and review the past 40 plus days and why, in my humble opinion, the future looks bright for Path of Exile 2. Let's get to the details. From day one, Path of Exile 2 has drawn into an impressive player base, maintaining strong concurrent numbers, and according to Steam DB, the game has consistently kept a solid player count throughout its 40 plus days. This speaks volumes about the excitement surrounding early access and how well it's resonating with the community. Yes, early access has had its challenges. No game launches perfectly, but the consistent engagement shows that players are sticking around for the long haul, eager to see how GGG evolves this ambitious ARPG. Grinding Gear Games has been working tirelessly to address player feedback with frequent hotfixes and patches. These updates have tackled everything from quality of life improvements to balancing changes. Here are a few standout fixes from the past month. Improved loot and currency drops to align better with player expectations. Adjustments to early game combat mechanics to smooth out the difficulty curve. Visual updates to reduce map clutter and make certain effects easier to see, like volatile plants. Each patch has brought the game closer to its full potential, demonstrating Grinding Gear Games' commitment to listening to the community and acting on feedback. Now let's talk about the update everyone's waiting for, patch 0.111, scheduled for release this week. Grinding Gear Games sat down, Tavern Talk podcast, hosted by Gazzy and Darth Microtransaction, and a lot of information was shared. And I got to be honest with you, that podcast was unbelievable. Gazzy and Darth Microtransaction did a really, really good job. And hats off to Jonathan and Mark from Grinding Gear Games, once again displaying in front of the community just how transparent, honest they are with how they're managing the game, what their expectations are, and what the game is going to be looking like going forward. Now, we're not going to get into the full patch. I've already did a really quick version of a summary of that podcast. However, I do want to mention a couple of things that are worthy of highlighting, and it speaks to why Grinding Gear Games Path of Exile 2's early access game has maintained a consistent player base. Now, like any game, there are ups and downs, and when we're talking about live service games, naturally, players come in and out. Although it's truly remarkable with everything that's been thrown up against this game, all the rhetoric, all the noise, as I call it, this game still continues to deliver a consistent player base. But let's talk about patch 0.111. So coming this week, there will be no new league, no new economy. There's just going to be quick fixes. Regarding the end game, it's going to be more rewarding everywhere. Chests, monsters, etc. Towers are going to have 4 more maps. There's going to be more bosses. Tablets can add bosses, more zoom out, better visual clutter, elite attacks disappear and don't detonate after death. Strong boxes are going to be improved. Expedition is going to be improved. Ritual is going to get buffed. The pinnacle content, citadels can now be seen in the fog of war. Arbiter can use all 6 portals. Other pinnacle content will have more portals later. Item changes, low level uniques are going to get a buff. Less bad affixes. We will now, and this is a big fan favorite, we can now overwrite ruins. Console item filters is coming. Huge win for the console players. Armor is getting a buff. Charms show charges and activation. Major balance changes will only happen with a reset, which is, I think, really good decision on Grinding Gear Games. Anytime they're going to do a major balance change, they're going to plan it with a reset. The patch isn't just about fixing problems, it's about adding exciting new features that keep players hooked. It's clear GGG is focused on making Path of Exile 2 a standout experience for both newcomers and veterans. Another positive sign for Path of Exile 2 is the community. From active discussions in forums to creative fan art, the community remains engaged and optimistic. Early access has been a roller coaster, but the overwhelming sentiment is excitement for what's to come. Grinding Gear Games' transparency has also played a big role in maintaining trust. Like I alluded to earlier, that was in full display during the podcast on Tavern Talk. Regular updates, open communication, and a clear roadmap for improvements show that they're in this for the long haul. So that's where we are after 40 plus days of Path of Exile 2's early access. A solid player base, frequent updates, and exciting new content on the horizon. Remember, we are still missing 50% of the content, 50% of the skills. This game is far from fully delivered. It's safe to say the game, in my humble opinion, is off to a great start. What are your thoughts? Have you been enjoying PoE 2 so far? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more updates on Path of Exile 2. Also, join me live on Twitch. I stream every evening. Channel name is SamyCaps, where we'll be diving into all the new content once patch 0111 drops. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in Raid Class, and we'll hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.